Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm finally back at the holidays. I was chilling everything, but we're back, and today I have my most special guest in the entire world. Are you going by B or Beth?
B.
B. So her name is Beth, but we're gonna all call her B here in the little YouTube family thing. So B is getting her makeup done. She looks stunning per usual. So I did a poll on Instagram and we're gonna answer a bunch of Insta questions about me growing up, her thoughts on me and Dylan, the TV show, all this stuff. And if you guys wanna see how she got this look and hear some tea about us, then stay tuned. So I went on Instagram, asked a bunch of questions, and I thought we could answer them, or maybe you answer them. How did you feel about Hannah going on The Bachelor?
Okay, so I kind of felt everything about Hannah going on The Bachelor. I was scared, I was excited, I was open to the opportunities. I was scared, probably just like any parent. But, you know, Hannah had done so many things before that point of, you know, just outside of the box of anything anybody had ever, that I even knew had ever done. So it was just a new experience, and that's how we chose to look at it. But I was really freaked out and scared, but I was also so proud that, you know, you got chosen out of what, like thousands of people.
I was shocked. I did not know if I was gonna make it. I told her, I was like, I made my interview thing like kind of well. But like, I was kind of like, almost like I doubt it, you know, when you like, something's too out of reach kind of thing or too unrealistic. Like I kind of felt like that. I was like, I mean, maybe I got it, but also like, maybe they're just like cool to everybody about that, so.
Yeah, and I was always like pushing Hannah. Hannah would have an idea, and I would always be like the motor behind her boat going, okay, that sounds like a good idea. So if that's what you're wanting to do and you're willing to take that risk, then what do we need to do to make it happen? And then we would just both push together.
Yeah.
And mostly it was about, okay, if you're on board, I'm gonna be on board, and let's just make the best of it. And
yeah, like growing up, she was so just like supportive of anything I wanted to do or be, and she let me like express myself. Like even growing up, she would put all my clothes on my bed growing up, and when I was in like kindergarten or something, I would walk around and I would go shopping in my room of my clothes basically and pick out what outfits I was gonna wear throughout the week. So she always like let me self-express even when it wasn't the best, you know, choices, but you live and you learn. And I was kind of a little bit more shy when it came to trying new things, but she was always in like back of my head or in my ear basically saying like, just go for it. Don't let it hold you back. Like, let's just do it. You got this. And so that's why I just tried random things, aka signing up for a freaking crazy TV show.
So true.
Was basically because of her. So really quick, I'm gonna go in with a pore minimizer,
which I really need, by the way. Oh
yeah, I mean,
scary pores.
It's this Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. So I'm gonna put this on. I just moisturize your face a little.
So when you're 54, you need more than just pore minimizer.
I think this is gonna do the trick. This is some thick, heavy duty
stuff. I need the burial look.
What? I want to be flawless.
Flawless. So yes, I felt it all. Good, bad, and ugly. Scared, wonderful, excited. And I knew deep down in my soul that she was going to do great and that the world was going to see her for who she really is. And they didn't see a lot of that, but they did see potential. You know what I mean? And they just loved you.
Were you nervous, like, seeing me on TV? Or were you like, oh my gosh, this is crazy? Or were you just like, whatever?
No. I was like so nervous and so excited and like proud. Like I would like tear up because, you know, my baby was like living out her dreams. And, you know, that's all I ever wanted for you. And you did so good. And
she knew all of the tea whenever I got off, like the first show. Like I would tell her every episode basically like what like I was doing that episode and everything like that. So I don't think anything really came to you as a shock. There was a lot of makeout scenes, but other than that, that was awkward. Which I never kissed in front of you before.
I think you chose the best guy ever. I really do. I I'm so, like, I love
Dylan.
Love Dylan.
He's great.
He's adorable.
So let's go to the next
Okay,
question.
next. Did I answer that one good?
Yeah.
Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah,
Okay.
you crushed it. Did you ever think Hannah would try out for The Bachelor?
Absolutely not. For The Bachelor, for us,
We used to watch it, y'all.
like it was like something fun. Like when Hannah was, you know, a teenager, you know, I would always, anything that sounded like something fun where we could just stay connected, I was so on board. So we even remember those matching night shirts that we had?
Yes.
The pink ones?
Yeah.
For The Bachelor.
We would
and like
wear
we got matching
the
ones
same
just
nightgowns.
so we could watch it. It was so fun. But yeah, so I had no idea. And when Hannah brought it to me, she was like, so what do you think? Like if I, you know, tried out for The Bachelor, I'm like, my first question to her was, you know, do you want to risk getting your heart broken on national TV?
Sorry. There you go.
And you were like, yes. And I'm like, are you sure? And you're like, yes. I'm like, okay, well, let's do it.
Yeah.
And that was literally how it went.
Now I'm going to prime her eyelids because she has a little...
I've got some oil.
I don't know why I thought that was
On
funny.
my
I just like looked really closely and I was like, whoa. Sorry.
I don't know.
They're just oily.
They're just oily. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, anyways, sorry about that.
I wish everything was oily. Hello? Go. I'm 54. Give me a break.
All right, so I'm gonna use a Painterly MAC paint pot. This is great if you have oily eyelids, but I do suggest that you don't use too much. Maybe you can, maybe you do, but anytime I use like way too much of this product, I find that it makes it crease even more. So good old,
So true.
you know, decent amount. Were you nervous for hometowns?
Oh my God, I was a wreck. And I don't know what I would have done without the squad. Like my best friend.
Squad is like our
Squad.
It's our group message. We love you guys. It's got like
we love you, girls.
Kelsey and Susan in it, and we texted about everything going on.
God,
But squad
I don't know
came.
what I would have done without the squad. Literally, they were so amazing, and it was such a crazy year and a half, and stressful, wonderful, fabulous, crazy, bad at sometimes, wonderful at sometimes, but they were there, like crazy there for us, big time.
And something that I thought was interesting for hometowns, I had just been told that I was going to hometowns. I don't know if I've like said this online before, but the night before I got the rose, right? Or I got the hometowns rose. But apparently when we looked up the dates of when, because I wrote a journal and stuff, but they were already in Alabama at my hometown whenever I received my rose. Does that make sense? Do you remember
Yeah.
we talked about that?
Yes, I do.
So I
do.
received my rose
So
for
they knew.
hometowns. And then the next day I flew to Birmingham and my family had already gone to dinner with all the producers. So I was
Okay.
like, I guess they already knew that I was gonna go to hometowns or something,
Well-
or he had already said that, or maybe they just do it. I don't really know. But I thought that was very interesting because I was like, oh my gosh, I did not think I was gonna go to hometowns, like whatever. And then, anyways.
So what they did is they called me and said, so there is a pretty good chance that
Okay.
Hannah will be at hometowns. And I was like,
Which they do tell this to a lot of
yeah,
people.
and they
They
told
do.
me she will go. It's not 100%, but this is what we need to do to start preparing. So I was like, oh my God. I was at work and I was like, oh my God, guys.
We didn't do hometowns at our house. We actually did it at like my Uncle John's house and Andra's house, which is kind of a funny other whatever thing.
Yeah,
But they were so sweet to have, let us
they were
do it
great.
there.
And they had the perfect setup for, you know, a crew of, how many was there? Like 50?
Yeah, there was
Like
like
a
a
crew
lot
of
of them. And her house is so cute, and so is my dad's, but I think the space of it would have been interesting. Like it would all have been in basically one giant room where we would have heard all the conversations and stuff versus like a
Just
few
not,
different
yeah.
segments and outdoor and stuff. So
Yeah.
it worked out great.
Yeah, it did. It worked out great.
What's a funny memory from when I was little? It can be anything.
So one time when you were, I don't know, 5 years old, and you came running to get me, and you grabbed my hand and you were trying to say something, I couldn't quite make it out, and you were like, come here. So
I was 5?
I think I don't know. Oh,
3?
well, maybe a little younger. Because if I couldn't understand you at 5. Anyway, so you were dragging me out the back door, and you were like, look. And I was like, what? And it was like, Daddy's growing milk. And so he had these irrigation things that were made out of a gallon of milk.
Milk jugs?
Yeah. And so he was like watering the plants through that. And I thought that was so cute because you thought he was growing milk. And I was just loving that. That was cute.
That was smart.
Yeah.
What's like an embarrassing thing that I did as a child?
There was a few things that you did that were a little like quirky, but I just chose to let you be quirky because I just wanted you to express yourself and not feel bad about it, right? So there was this one time when you played soccer and your hair was like in a pixie and it was like had bangs and all your friends had
I was a Karen.
Kinda, but you were such a cute Karen. But then
Look up, I just need to add a little bit more. I know this breaks the rules to do concealer over powder. I'm gonna lighten it up just a little bit.
Something. Okay, so all your friends could on the soccer team could wear their hair like in one big pony, and so that was for you. It was more of a fashion thing than anything. Like all your friends are doing it, so you have to do it. But you had these little short hair and short bangs, so you started putting clips in your hair, and so but you couldn't see the back of your hair. You could only see the front of it, and so every time a hair stuck out, you just added another clip and added another clip. And I've got those pictures somewhere at home, and we're like by the end of the day when you were like getting ready, every time a little short hair fell out, you just clipped it. So you'd end up with like 30 clips in your hair all over your head. And the teacher was like,
why did you let me out like that?
Because you were like, it was really important to you to not have bangs. Like you were like, okay, no more bangs, and I don't have time for them to grow out right now, so I'm just gonna clip everything. And so the teacher was like, okay, so we really love Hannah. She's such a sweet kid, but I'm just wondering about all the clips. And I'm like, leave the clips alone. You know, it's really important to her that all of her hair comes back. So yeah, that was that.
You're looking fabulous.
So I want you to make me look like 15 years younger, 15 pounds thinner.
Come up a little bit closer.
Okay.
Actually, I've been going in with some contour shades, and I don't want to do too much of a contour just because sometimes it can look like in natural light like a big old line on your face. So I've been like buffing it out, and for mature skin and stuff, I feel like mature skin for beautiful 54-year-old skin, I kind of buff it on here, especially since you have like a lighter skin tone like I do. I just kind of like get a little bit of a line, but I buff it out, and then I'm gonna go right here. This is a soft spot for both of us, but I'm gonna answer it. Is it hard living so far away from Hannah?
I don't have words, and I do not want to, I'm not getting emotional about this, but it is very, very difficult. And it's been a minute now. And, you know, one day we're gonna make it work. But yes, to say, you know, we were like roommates, and so, but I always knew that she was gonna be moving away and doing big things. And I wasn't sure about a whole lot in my life, but I was positive like that for that, wasn't I? So yeah, so the fact that she is living her dreams and she's happy, and you know, wherever that may be is fine with me. But I do love seeing you like so much today and so much this week.
You're gonna make me cry.
But honestly, you know, it's tough. It comes with a price, but it's just everything. It's just everything.
No.
Don't cry.
It's like our one soft spot. No, it's okay. We're fine. No. It's our one soft spot.
Sometimes each other so bad that it's not even funny.
And it's like fine. We have to get a cry out every once in a while. But like the last time I left home, it was just like I mean, y'all know if you live away from somebody you love, it's just like, it's like hard, and it's like if I talk about it with anybody, I just tear up because I'm like such a baby, but but we're fine and it's cool and we're good and we're gonna figure out a way to like make it work. And we're like both so happy, but like
we are.
But when we're together, it's just like we'll like look each other in the
happy.
eyes and we're just like, honestly, it takes me to like my childhood like version of myself where I'm like just kind of like, whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh. Next. Okay, so I went ahead and did her brows. They're looking fabulous. I used the Charlotte Tilbury brow pencil and spoolie in the shade Rita. So got her brows on. They look beautiful. You have very nice brows. And before I do her eye makeup, I'm gonna go ahead and give her that like dewy look by using this iconic London dewy spray all over her face. Because when she has mascara on, this stuff, if we spray it on, it might transfer. So I recommend doing the spray before you start on all of your like eye makeup stuff, if possible. You ready? Okay, so that's very dewy. It's gonna dry, it's gonna dry. I'm gonna take my damp beauty blender and just really make sure that everything is going to melt in at the spots I want it, and there's no big like spritz marks, but yeah, that looks beautiful. Now I'm going to do eyeshadow, and we're gonna do a little sultry.
Oh, okay. Here
sexy.
We have to have one of these for that.
Oh, a little cheers. Cheers to sultry, sexy, and no more crying questions.
No more crying. Okay, love you.
Only like laughing cries. Love you.
Love you. 9. Whenever you take a cheers, look them in the eye.
It's like,
that's our deal.
so I'm gonna go in with this Lorac Pro. I used to live off of these products. For a second, I worked at a makeup counter that sold this. And do you remember what I asked for?
Like 12 hours?
I worked there for like maybe 2 weeks, which in total ended up being like 3 shifts. And for my birthday one year, I think I was like 18 or something. All I wanted for my birthday was for my mom to call and quit for me. I didn't realize that that's like not normal, but I remember we went to like one of our restaurants at PF Chang's and I was like, I just want to quit, but I don't know how to do it. Like I'm nervous. And did you type out an email or did you call?
No. I typed out what you need to say and then I drove you up there. And
No,
you did it.
No, I think I did it over the phone. So
but I typed out in your notes what you need to say.
Yes, you typed out what I need to say exactly. Like it was nothing off. I said, hi, can I talk to whatever? Because I just did not want to work there. They were asking me to do these like crazy shifts and I was like, I should probably work in fashion or something instead. And for my birthday, I quit and it was the best birthday gift ever. And I was like, this is awesome.
Then we went to dinner, right?
Yeah, we went to dinner. It was great.
I remember that was part of your birthday gift.
It was the best birthday gift ever. I'm all about like acts of service, so that was
so eyeshadow palette and quit my job.
Yeah, best gift ever, but also like Rock, I need to like get some more of that stuff. It's like good stuff. So
remember how we used to go to those restaurants every single time something big was going on?
Yeah, we had it's so weird, but like we have our certain restaurants that we go to in Birmingham, which is Alabama. If you're new here, like we're from Alabama. And if something big is going on, we go to these same restaurants and we end up like getting like a glass of wine and talking for hours about it. And for some reason, our little meeting of the minds at these certain restaurants like give a bunch of clarity of what's next.
I think I'm right.
I'm gonna go in with a little light brown shade and do her crease a little bit really quick. I think we get in a routine and for some reason we're like, oh, my eyes aren't gonna look any different, but like it truly does make such a difference. If you go in like a small different direction, it makes the biggest difference ever. Or if you swirl your brush differently or whatever, it just makes such a difference. And this is a really good brush, by the way. For people who are like, I don't really know a lot about makeup and I don't want to mess it up, but I need it to be blended, like an all-in-one brush, truly. I mean, you do need a lot of brushes, but this one I've done like cut crease, smoked out eye. I've done everything with this brush. It's the MAC 217. I'm sure you've heard of it if you watch Beauty Gurus. So this one I just trust, and for some reason it just works. So I'll like link it here if you guys want or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, I think you're looking good. So I just did her crease a little. So for the shadows, I think I'm gonna try to steer away from too glittery of shadows. If we have a little bit of sheen, I'm cool with it.
I'm so sorry. I don't know where that came from. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you. I'm gonna try to steer away from like super glittery ones in the crease, but on her like lid, I'm gonna pack on like something a little shimmery, but not glittery.
I just want to look fabulous. I want to look.
You are fabulous.
I just want to look younger.
I got you. Okay, I'm gonna pull up another question. Let's see what we're working with. What was your first impression of Dylan? Dylan has entered the conversation.
Okay, so here we go on this.
While I'm doing your lids, can you close your eyes while I'm answering?
Yes.
All right.
So when he came to my home, I remember I was in my living room and I saw them drive up after the whole fiasco. And I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? This is really important. You know, I don't wanna, you know, mess things up for Hannah, but I want to, you know, protect her.
What was your impression like even, oh, it was when we got off, you hadn't seen the show yet. So you had heard that we had got engaged on TV. I wanna hear your honest thoughts. Like, let's go honest route and then let's,
Okay, so at first, like before I met him, I thought that, you know, you were under a spell and you were too young and you were not ready for this. And
my side, I got home, the first thing I said was, like, to be totally honest, like, I even felt awkward you picking me up at the airport because I felt like I was, like, in trouble, even though I was 24, 25, but I knew how taboo and crazy it seemed to get engaged. So I get home, I went straight home, Dylan went to his house, and I was like, and I had called her or texted her and told her, or we FaceTimed
you both called me.
We FaceTimed her in Mexico. They let us stay in a hotel for a few days later. I didn't even have my phone. I dialed her number on somebody else's phone, on the producer's phone. And she was basically like, you're kidding me.
It didn't go
And we don't have conversations like that.
No.
We don't. I was like, trust me, I get where you're coming from. You have to meet him. Just know that I kind of basically insinuated that I need for him to meet my family, which behind the scenes, this is a small little twist on that, they were trying to get her to come out to Mexico.
Yes. Several times.
Like maybe a couple of weeks or 2 weeks. They were like, let's get you out. And
I was trying to get there so bad. I was trying to get there. And by the time I figured out the work schedule and was ready for the passport to come in, I think that they had already, you know,
we had already done it. But Dylan's mom, Cassandra, who we love, was able to come down, and they never aired it. But she was not able to come down. So I was like, I told Dylan, and we've talked about it before on interviews, I was like, look, this is not gonna be able to work out if we don't have a relationship with our parents, like, or not work out, but we're not gonna be able to move forward, basically, obviously. And, you know, one thing happened, another thing happened, we figured out, like, he was gonna come to Birmingham, like, whatever. But I'm sure for you, that was very, like, we've never had a weird kink in our relationship until then, when it was like, I don't know how to explain it, like, here's what's going on. We've talked about it now, obviously, but it was a lot.
It was very...
I'm doing a darker shade on closer to her lash line just to smoke it out.
It was very stressful. Very, very, very stressful. And then I met him. Then he walks in, and I swear, within like...
I'm doing a very dark, smoky thing for her eyeliner to start with. So very, very dark brown mixed with black. keep going.
So then for the first, you know, I don't know, 12 minutes or so, it was just all, and then next thing I know, like, he was my BFF. And
yo, they were on the couch cuddling. It was beautiful. Okay, so what do you think about Dylan now, though?
Like, I adore him. And I think that, I honestly think that there's somebody in the world for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he is the perfect person. And I love him. I love his family, like his mom and his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Just
They're
so
great.
special. And like, I feel very blessed, like beyond blessed. And I'm so glad they're like part of your support system, part of my support system. I mean,
totally.
And the thing is, when you throw two families together like that don't have a history, it can go very, very bad. And it's just been such a pleasure and so fun just to getting to know them.
And even like Dylan's family and friends and stuff accepting me has been like truly really cool.
You know, one thing I told Hannah just this morning, I was like, the way they speak to each other, and they're so kind to each other, and you can tell this is not like a planned situation. It's just how they get along with each other is beautiful. They're both very thoughtful people, and you know, they love to take care of each other. And you know, it's a relationship that most people, you know, some people go through their whole life and they never have that. So I'm so glad for you.
It works. And I'm not saying that like all these relationships work from television. You never know what's going on behind the scenes, but we've both been very lucky that we are both very similar in a lot of senses, and the way we like approach things and listen and just kind of act and stuff. Like, it works. So
yeah, y'all are very totally. Y'all are very peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Very peanut butter and jelly.
So I'm gonna do her liner off camera really quick, and then whenever I'm doing her mascara or lashes, then we can go through like another question or two. Okay, I've been loving this mascara. I talked about it on my Instagram the other day. Go follow it if you're not, you know. So it's Hannah G11. This is by Beauty. I feel like you should apply it because I'm not the best at applying it. Yes, I do. What was I like as a kid? I know that's like general, but there's a lot of those of like, what was I like as a kid, teenager, all that stuff.
Okay, as a kid, you were probably like the sweetest little fairy I've ever met, but you were painfully shy, and you really didn't want to talk to anybody that wasn't like in your comfort zone. And you know, I used to make you do things like, for instance, you know, you needed some extra points from your teacher, and it would have been easy for me to call the teacher and talk, but I kept trying to push you out. And so I would always make you go talk to the teacher, and it was so hard and so scary, but then you would do it, and every single time you would get just a little bit stronger, a little bit more confident, but mainly you were super, super bashful. When you see people talking about their children, like, oh yeah, they don't really like to talk, and I'm like, you know what? You just tell your kids that you see something special in them, and you tell them that every single day, over and over and over again, and eventually they'll believe it. And
that's what I want to do with my kids. It's funny, we went to a psychic reader yesterday actually, and it was really cool. I've never done that before. So good. And she said that I'm gonna have 3 kids, and that she was like, you're gonna be a great mom, but it's because I had people like you around me growing up, and like that was really, really cool hearing that, because I literally will not be able to be anything else but like just supportive and understanding and just biggest fan for my kids. So that's how you want me. Love you.
Love you so much.
Okay, let me throw on some fake lashes and some lips, and yeah. Okay, so here's the final look. She looks stunning. I mean, I must say, you always look beautiful, but today you look extra beautiful.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for coming on, answering all these questions with me. hanging out with me, coming to visit me, giving birth to me, all those things. And thanks for being like not only my mom, but also part of my YouTube family. That's really important to me and everything. So thanks for doing that.
Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed it, and I love so much that you're my most special human ever. Always have been and always will be. And I had so much fun today, so thank you guys.
Now that you're looking hot, I think it's time we go do something. Or maybe we like
Let's
send
go
some
have a
sexy
date.
photos
Ooh.
to like people of you or something. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment other videos. If you guys want to see more of B, which I'm sure you do because I do, let me know. And yeah, bye guys.
Bye-bye.
Mwah.